Alright, welcome back. Gonna give you guys a garden update. Actually, gonna give you probably a whole yard update. So basically, we bought this house. Closed, I think the end of May 30th. And things been a little wild since then. Not wild, but busy. A lot of yard work. As you can see, obviously the septic tank system out there is still going good. It's one of our overripe pears. Pouring out one for the homies. Alright, let's go over the main garden. So, like I said, everything's kind of a mess. But, start off right here. So these were all seed starts that didn't really have a place to go. So they kind of just got thrown in here. April just kind of stuck them all in here. The chives right there, same thing. And that is oregano. That is over there, over there. It's in several spots, just kind of running rampant. We do have fuchsia. Fuchsia itself is also kind of like a weed right now. April bought these green stalks. They actually did remarkably well. The thyme is doing good. We're still getting strawberries. It is September 22nd, and everybody's strawberries doing alright. Basil's still doing okay. Another weird everlasting tomato, just kind of the last remnants of anything grown in this green stalk. Until we get some spinach, throw it in there, some more strawberries. Still going. Alright. So these little guys were a afterthought. Just kind of chucked them in the ground right there. Not really having a spot for them in the actual beds. But they decided to live. They're doing okay. These are some Shasta daisies, never got to. We did throw a bunch in all around the property, but so we've got to start off in these beds. Here's the whole outlook there. Marigolds. Apparently I do know how to grow marigolds, so everything else is kind of hit or miss. These green onions are leftovers from grocery store clippings. Got one pumpkin. It's not terribly small, but it's not terribly big. There's also a acorn squash up in there. This is kind of like my bastardized brassica bed. There's a baby Napa up there. Chinese Napa cabbage also there. Some there and there. The slugs got in pretty hard this year. Don't exactly know what the fuck that thing is. Oh, a mushroom. Yeah. That's a good sign, I guess. Nodding onions. I destroyed. This was kind of my cabbage issue this year. Just got all the every cabbage I put in just got annihilated by slugs. I think I might have been watering a little too much, but peppers did alright, just didn't plant enough of them. This is part of my fall crop of carrots. Second section. I did have peas right there. Little snap peas again from the grocery store. No, those were a Lowe's buy. Those did not do well. Same with these. These green beans have started to put out green beans over the last few weeks, but just kind of too little too late. Holding on for the last bit of dear life. Artichoke patch didn't really start taking off until I heavy watered these things a few weeks ago. We got more carrots, kind of intermixed with cilantro. The cilantro plant. Kick the bucket over here and throw some seeds, so it's going to be an interesting winter crop there. Get some thyme, a little marigold that's just kind of hanging on for dear life. Echinacea. We got 2 or 3 that are growing there that just would never really go. Those all got planted 4 months ago. Did nothing. But these guys, kale, black magic apparently. The slugs have finally let go, so things are starting to take off now. Another random sunflower I decided to throw on the ground. Actually threw a couple over here, but we had a bunny issue that I didn't get to attend to for a while. Until I decided to put a fence up, kind of all around the outskirts there. But another little baby pumpkin. This one's almost ready, actually. There is a green pumpkin. There it is. There's a Japanese pumpkin that is in there. There's also another one over there. Another acorn squash. Another yellow pumpkin. Cinderella's, I believe. Another Japanese pumpkin. This is my obviously homemade trellis. Snap pea trellis. Pea trellis, whatever you want to call it. We do have snap peas growing over here. This main bush here is just kind of waiting for it to decide to stop grabbing hold of each other and grab its, oh crap, just getting itself up this thing. Yeah, just being a pain in the butt trying to train it all. It did get itself taken out by, again, the rabbits. These are blue lakes over here. Doing a bit better. It is actually taking off. That is about 3 feet high. That one I just took off the fence to try and get it to stick. Again, about 3 feet high. Just gotta take this thing down. This is a great, they made it into a bush. It is actually just a tree stump back in there. They put some wire cage around and there's a mess of branches that I'm gonna have to sort out here. We're gonna be digging that out, taking that stump down, and taking the root stock over here. It's gonna get planted against the fence over there, right along the fence where it gets pretty much full sun. That fence is gonna get pushed out 10 feet. All these dogwoods are gonna get cut down. The sorrel back there, all of it's gonna get cut down. This is all gonna get turned into in-ground beds, and then some raised beds along the background, and then raised beds all along the fence line. Got a compost bin. We've got, ooh, this pear tree looks not look good. So let's hope that this thing survives the winter. Same with that. We brought all 3 of these little trees in. We got cherry, pear, The apple trees came with the property. But I think we're going to take this near one down. Keep the far one. Maybe bring in a couple more apples along there. And over there, just a little mini orchard. Kind of not exactly sure where the chickens are going to go when we get chickens, but somewhere out here. That's where the dastardly rabbits are coming from. They come from back in there. I've seen them. Bees, wasps, not sure what that is. Planted some broccoli a few weeks ago. Need to get in here and do some weeding. Just kind of threw compost over the dirt, over the ground. As you can tell, the grass is coming through. A little mini pumpkin patch. This thing finally started taking off a few weeks ago. See if we can get up close to some things. Got what looks like I don't know what she did there. This was just kind of like a leftover from her tower setup, and it had tomatoes in it, so do it there. This guy, though, this guy put out a lot of blueberries. I was very proud of that thing. I'm going to be very happy with this thing in the future, as long as we can get it down to a manageable level. A lot of good new growth, but it is going to need to be trimmed back pretty heavily. Cherry tomatoes. Tried interplanting basil, just never took off. Got a lot of bok choys and hopefully some more Napa cabbages that I can get in the ground. Maybe do something before the end of the year. Romas, again, nothing really got fertilized very well, so it all stayed kind of fairly stunted. Last bit, as far as the actual food production goes, is our berries. We got strawberries, blueberries, the front yard. Not really much anything going on here. Eventually I'll end up taking those out. She planted a few ornamentals, but this is the problem. Somebody at one time put plastic underneath all this shit. And this was all leaves, about 3 inches of leaves. You can tell, I'm pretty sure this is a compost pile. So it's like patchy plastic. Look at this. Why would you do this? It's underneath. It's underneath a tree. There's one right here, you can really tell. Look at that. The tree's going right on top of it. Why would you do that? There'll be a tree here. Plastic coming right from underneath it. It's just ridiculous. Don't put plastic in your gardens. I don't even like weed barrier unless it's absolutely necessary. We put Shasta daisies. Oh, I forgot what these things are called. They're a flower. It's kind of a little ornamental garden. I think we're gonna make it. Oh, this is cool. We have wild strawberries everywhere. Look at that. They're even in this stuff. Wild strawberries everywhere. Growing underneath the house. Where's it? There's one. Growing underneath the house. This property also has a, like almost everything else in Washington, has a blackberry issue. Blackberries are rampant everywhere. So we're going to be using them as mulch, compost, all that good stuff. This is the other side of the property. Backyard. Stocking up wood over here at the woodshed. Eventually we're going to clean all this up, make some nice garden beds out of it. Same with that, probably a walkway down the middle. This is a driveway, so might end up graveling it at one point, who knows. We have a little bit of a brush pile growing. There's also one back there in the back. Gotta start looking for a wood chipper. This is all just downed trees on the property. Cherry, got a couple wild cherry trees on the other side. Just a big mix of that. Other than that, that is it. Sorry for the bad filming, but tried to do it all in one take. Less editing and nonsense. But I'm gonna be going inside, and that is all for the day. Thank you.